Welcome back, Bulldogs. My name is Miss Ellis, and I will be teaching you your journalism this year and hoping to put out the school newspaper. So before we get into all that, let me tell you a little bit about myself. For those of you who do not have me for English class, I'm just going to share a little bit about myself. First up, I'm not a technological person, so try to bear with me if you can, especially when it comes to Canvas. Canvas is kind of a work in progress for several teachers, maybe even most of you. So let's see what I've got here. So I'm just going to go through just a brief intro, and then we're going to get talking about what we're going to do this year. Okay. So as I mentioned, my name is Miss Ellis, and I would very much like to be called Miss Ellis. I do not like hey you, teacher, teach. I don't like any of those. I have a name, and I like to be addressed as such. I'm looking forward to working with you all as far as the newspaper goes. I love to write. I love writing, and I would love to help you guys put out one of the most amazing papers anyone in this school has ever seen. And I'm hoping we can work as a community to put that out and to divide the work and collaborate, because that's what journalism is all about. So outside the classroom, like I mentioned, I love to write. I published a book about 4 years ago, just because I love to write. And I attend workshops and conferences and writing seminars to hone my craft. And that's what I'm hoping we can do that together throughout the year. And in my spare time, I like to read. Hopefully I can read some of what you guys put out for the paper. I also like to read a variety of novels, nonfiction and fiction. It's great. When I'm not reading, because it gets too loud at my house because I've got the dogs, I do like to spend time with some of my furry friends. So here I have a picture of my Labradoodle, Chloe Louise, and one of my Bassets, Edith Louise. And I've got several others, but the screen is only so big. But you guys will probably see pictures of them throughout the year. In the event of a fire drill, if it is in your class period, we will need to go out the door, single file, and go down the hall to our nearest exit. We will practice this before an actual fire drill might happen, and there is absolutely no talking. It will be absolutely silent in the hall. That's important because that way you guys can hear me, I can hear Mr. Clark, any other teachers for any concerns or problems, we can work through it, okay? That was just a quick side note. My responsibilities to you guys as your teacher is going to be to treat you guys with care and respect. I'm going to need to provide you an orderly classroom, which is going to look different in journalism than what it would in my English class or maybe one of your math classes, for instance. Journalism is kind of busy, so we're going to get moving around. And I'll be providing you the necessary discipline. Just because it's a busy room doesn't mean it is free for all. It does not mean we can be up running around jumping on furniture. And I'm going to be providing you guys with the right motivation to keep you working, keep you thinking. Because I want to share my interest in writing with you. All right, so excuse me. So what I want us to do for the first class, that was just a brief introduction to myself. But what I want us to be doing is I want us to think about what are the different types of journalism. And you're thinking, well, Miss Ellis, we can write, you've got a newspaper. Yes, you've got a newspaper. That's not the only kind there is. So what I would like is I would like for you to think of the different kinds of journalism. And there's a lot out there. There is a newspaper. You can read, do I have any athletes in the class? Sports Illustrated. That's journalism. That's sports. It's sports, it's reporting. You can do photojournalism. If any of you like to read National Geographic, for example, there's all those amazing pictures. That's photojournalism. And then think about what's in a newspaper. So, and you may need to be online for this. You can peruse some of the more well-known established newspapers. You can read one from here in town. You can look at the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, San Francisco Chronicle, and look, what are the different parts of that newspaper? What in there would interest you to read? What might you like to write about for your school paper? And it doesn't have to be something you want to write about. It could also be something you as a student would want to read yourself. So we can come together and brainstorm these things next week. So I want you guys to be thinking of this, making a list. Nothing is due at this time. This is kind of brainstorming, just thinking outside the box. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. You can email me. I currently don't have a phone yet, but you could always email me. Those of you that have me for English, you have it written down. If you don't have me for English, email is aellis@millsapisd.net. Okay, so any questions, just reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys in class.